Hello. Okay. So a few days ago, let me just get this situated. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. But yeah, so a few days ago, I went live for the first time to just share about, um, oh, crikey, good God. Now you're going to see my crotch. Okay. So let me think. Yeah, it was like 2 days ago, I went live for the first time to talk about me being smoke free. I was smoke free. Now it's day 15. And yeah, I just wanted to share a couple of things with you guys about like what it is to have gone smoke free 15 days. Um, and one of the things that I'm noticing, firstly, is that I am so sleepy. And when I sit down, I get really sleepy, and that's because apparently there's this molecule called adenosine, and adenosine is what creates sleep pressure. And and that's what I'm feeling. So every time I go to sit or I start reading, I just can feel my eyelids closing like a lot. And again, that's because sleep pressure is coming. So sleep pressure usually builds like if you haven't slept properly in a while. And I because sleep is not really great, like, the quality of your sleep isn't that great when you're smoking, first of all, so I probably had sleep deprivation for a very, 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 very long time, and now that I'm not smoking, I probably just notice it more because I'm not on the hamster wheel of having THC, CBD, and nicotine. So just a little backstory for some of you guys. I was having let me think. Yeah, I was smoking. I was basically waking and baking for a number of years prior to this, and because I was smoking spliffs, which for those of you who don't know, spliffs are mixing marijuana and nicotine together in and rolling it together and smoking that. So I'm essentially I quit two things at once by me stopping um, smoking. And I decided to do that about 15 days ago. This isn't my first rodeo. I have tried to quit before. And I think the longest that I've gone is a few months. And this time I felt really called to quit because, you know, there's a lot of, yeah, varying factors. And like I did mention in the last pre show, is like quitting smoking for me has largely been about wanting to not have like I really do feel like I was being super antisocial. By the way, thank you for joining for those who just joined. Yeah, and I feel like I was just getting super antisocial. And contrary to what, a lot of people say about, smoking is that it's supposed to help you, but actually, no, it didn't help me with my social anxiety. In fact, it actually exacerbated it. But that's because, yo guys, I was smoking for the longest time. Hey Jordan, what's up? What's up, Easton? And yeah, so basically, after like 8 years of waking and baking, that's my dog Taco. After 8 years of waking and baking, I decided that I was going to quit, and it is day 15. And I just got to say, there's a couple of things that are happening that I know that are happening biologically that just shift, right? When you're going through something, because um, like I said, I was smoking spliffs. So spliffs are it's a combination of rolling marijuana and nicotine. So I'm basically like dropping two drugs at once, and it is like, oh shit. Thanks to all of you guys who are joining and following me along on this little journey. So I kind of want to share with you guys what day 15 has been like for me. And I gotta just say, like, probably the biggest thing is that I am having a really rough time with sleep in all aspects, like even when I'm sleeping, and then also when I am during waking time, like it is super tough for me. And I don't know if any of you guys have been through this situation where it's really tough with sleep, or you've also kind of kicked a habit with any kind of substances. Yeah, Easton. Yeah, life is hard, right? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now too. But yeah, it is alcohol will help with sleeping. Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, I am just trying to like kick any kind of my dependencies on external things right now. Just now, like I'm not saying for life, but um so like one of the things for me is like it's been really tough with sleep because the quality of my sleep is shit. So oh man, Dallas. I'm talking about okay, I was smoking spliffs. I was waking and baking for years. And so spliffs, that's a combo. It's marijuana and nicotine. So I'm just like, I'm cutting out 2 things at once, and it has been rough. You guys, I sit down. I'm literally sitting down and I am starting to fall asleep. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I becoming a narcolep? So narcolepsy is like when people just like can't, they just all of a sudden black out and start falling asleep. Like I'm not going to that extent, but I cannot stay awake for the life of me. Hence why I am outdoors. I'm actually sitting in a tree right now to stay awake because they say that this is really important. To kind of keep your body moving. But what I looked up is that the reason why I'm having so much difficulty sleeping right now is that there's something where, one, nicotine is a stimulant. So obviously, now that I don't have this stimulant, it's harder for me to stay up. And I don't know if any of you guys have experienced some kind of withdrawal symptoms. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. And yeah, so it's been tough. And the other adjustment that's been tough is like, so yeah, that I don't have that stimulant. Nicotine's not there. I'm not sleeping the same. And I have a really hard time just staying awake. And I've done the coffee. And so apparently I was like, coffee, actually, caffeine doesn't help you with this. So caffeine doesn't help you in the situation where you're still um thanks, Angel. Thank you. Fist bump back. Coffee doesn't help you stay up because it's actually that there's a molecule called adenosine, which apparently is a molecule that it accumulates as you get more and more tired. It's a molecule that just like makes you want to get sleepy. It's why at night you get tired. And I don't really have that. But yeah, I don't really have like that regulation because my body's all messed up, right? Not messed up, but like there's just so many different chemicals. And so like day 15, I am super sleepy. Like I try to read a book and I cannot for the longest time stay awake. I just can't. Like I just want to fall asleep and I'm napping and I still feel super tired. Yeah. And so it's just been rough. And I also can tell you some other things like day 15 of quitting smoking. I am definitely emotionally very sensitive. Like certain shit is just making me very like I will watch something on Netflix and I'll start tearing up and it's not even really that emotional. Like I've been watching The Bates Motel. I don't know any of you guys like that. Hey Taco Taco. My dog's name is Taco, by the way. Really cool name. And I don't know, it's like Bates Motel is about actually the it's about like the psycho killer. I know, psycho killer. And it's like a series so, I don't know why I'm crying in something like Bates Motel, but I am, and I'm also getting teary-eyed when thanks about the hat. I'm also getting teary-eyed when I start journaling, like, things are just like, and I don't know what's up. And so I'm not gonna stop. I mean, I'm gonna keep going with this whole not smoking thing, but it's been really rough, I'm not gonna lie. And if I but you might be like, "Wait, but why? Why would you still do this shit if it's making you miserable?" And for me, probably I don't know about you guys, if any of you guys have tried to kick a habit of some kind, but I'm trying to kick this habit because frankly, it doesn't make me feel good to know that I am not in control of what I'm doing, and that just sucks for me. Like, I don't know about you guys, if any of you have had some kind of habit that you just don't like. Um, and so it's been really rough. And the other thing for me is like I noticed again, like I was saying earlier, is for I could just tell that I was getting more and more socially anxious, like and also very lazy. Like socially, I was kind of almost getting like antisocial. Contrary to what people think, yes, when I first started smoking, I was definitely more social. Like it would just be kind of like a social lubricant, kind of like how alcohol is, when you go, yeah, yeah, you can talk to people at parties and stuff. But, after 8 years of waking and baking, at some point, that shit don't work the same way as it did on day one. I mean, that's just facts, right? Facts. This shit changes and body chemistry changes, you change, like life just changes. So it wasn't working the same and it was actually working against me. Like I would be so antisocial. I would start screening my calls even from BFFs who would be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And I'd be like, no, because I am having so much fun with me, myself, and I, smoking, Netflix and chill, Uber Eats. I got taco. Yeah, my dog's over there. Like, I'm like, what do I need to go out and hang out with people for? Because people got their dramas, and I don't need anybody else's drama. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, sometimes the world can feel like they got way too much drama. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, Angel, like sometimes they are legit. Too many other people got dramas, and I'm just feeling like this world. I like every single time I open my phone and I'm on like even like for 2 seconds, I'm on social media and I'm like, fuck, I don't want anybody else's drama. Like the world is already dramatic. So yeah, I started, yeah, for it's about been 8 years waking and baking. And it just was like, no, I just got to stop this because I don't want to become one of those people who hates people because I actually really like people. Like, I have a lot of nice friends, and I just noticed how lazy I was becoming to the point where, guys, so lazy I wouldn't leave my house except to walk my dog. That's it, just to leave my and then when I'd see somebody, I'd bump into somebody on the street that I knew, I'd start making up an excuse as to why I gotta run home and avoid people. Like, I don't know what that shit is, but to me, that kind of seems like the behavior of of a very antisocial person. And if you guys know me, uh I actually really like people. So, but I think that's what happens when you start to get into like any kind of habit, and sometimes it's just good to switch it up. I'm not really into New Year's resolution stuff, but it definitely was something that I felt like I needed to do. So yeah, yeah. By the way, guys, this is Taco. Yeah, yep, that's my dog Taco. He's my only reason I actually still go out. Otherwise, we're kind of just like, yo, bro, taco, yo, 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 yo. Otherwise, we wouldn't go out. Like, so I just needed to really kick the habit. Um, Tony's saying, I decided today I was going to try and stop vaping. Nick, oh gosh. Tony, good on you. Honestly, like, just deciding and trying even for a few hours, I think that's super power for you, right? Angel, people are horrible. I prefer my cat. I'm starting to think that too. Like, I'm like, dude, animals are way cooler than humans. Like, that's just a given fact. Animals are way cooler than humans. Like, I mean, I think Taco is a superior being to me. My dog is way more enlightened than me. He's kinder than me, for sure. So yeah, anyhow, yeah, thanks. Thanks, Angel. And so I think, yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough journey. I don't know about you guys, if any of you have ever tried quitting a habit. Like if you guys have any tips for me. One thing that I decided that I wanted to do this time around is I wanted to replace my habit of of smoking with something else. And so what I have been doing is I've been getting obsessive around journaling, right? I'm trying to replace the rolling because I used to roll all the time. Would roll my spliffs. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Angel. They're supposed to replace it with a good habit, but I don't, like, yeah, journaling has been one way because I can sort of have that fixation that I have with my hands to roll. I just, I write, but it's also been a double-edged sword because when I'm writing, I've been saying some pretty shitty, mean stuff to myself because withdrawal is real, emotions are real, and yeah, um, yeah. So it's kind of been a little bit tough like that. Jordan, I like drawing. Oh yeah. So I kind of started to do some doodling. And I don't know if you guys have any recommendations to help with the doodling or any sort of recommendations on like how to um yeah, start drawing, but not only am I super judgmental with what I'm writing, I've also been super judgmental also about like my sketches too, and I think I just need to start getting over that shit. Um you are really intelligent. You have analysis paralysis. Oh, snazzy. You read into my soul. How do you know me so well? Yes, of course. I do have analysis paralysis. Speaking of which, that is another withdrawal symptom. So for the last week, I was trying to decide whether or not to fly home to go see my family or not. So, by the way, I live in Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal, you guys. I'm originally from California. I was born and raised in San Diego. And then I lived most of my life, yo, Taco, what's up? I lived most of my life in New York on the East Coast. And now I live in Lisbon. It's pretty cool. Yes, guys, say hi. It's Taco. Taco, say hi. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Paw, paw. There we go. Yeah. High five. Yeah, he knows, guys. He gave you a high five. So, yeah, it's it's been so hard to make decisions. Like that's another thing. Making decisions right now on day 15 of no withdrawal. By the way, I pulled some tarot cards and it was like, don't make any decisions. Right? Tarot cards are like, do not make any life decisions right now. And it's so true because when there's like during withdrawal, there are different chemicals that are trying to rebalance. Like it's just a biological thing that's happening. And so my thinking is not as clear. So end result, as I was like thinking, oh, do I go fly back home or not? I couldn't make a decision. And then my sister, she sends me a message this morning and she's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't come home because dad is like really, he's like not he's not doing too well. And by the way, guys, this might be TMI, but I'm just going to say it straight. Like, I don't have the best relationship with my parents. And so that it's rough, right? Like, it's just, it's rough. Can my sister say hi to your dog? Yeah. How do you do that? Like, of course. Taco, come up. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah. High five. High five. Good job. Yay. There we go. Yes. Um, LA. Yeah, no, guys, actually, I'm kind of not doing the SoCal thing right now. Guys, it's kind of crazy what's going on in the United States right now. And I don't want to get political or anything, but woo, it's a little too intense for me right now. Actually, Lisbon, I live in Portugal right now, and it's just, it's not so intense. I don't know how you guys are surviving out there. Honestly, if I were living in the US right now, dealing with everything that's going on, I probably wouldn't have stopped smoking. I'd be numbing my ass out on some dope. But yeah, so I'm day 15. And yeah, so indecision, analysis paralysis, snazzy, that is so legit. I haven't been able to make any kind of serious decisions. And so yeah, it hasn't been easy. Um yeah, what about you guys? Or is anybody having a rough start to 2026? Like it is rough, so rough. Yesterday, what I ended up doing is I I just watched Hannibal. Um, it's a serial killer. Like, you guys know Hannibal? Do you know that movie, Silence of the Lambs, back in the, like, 90s? Well, anyways, they turned it into a series, and Silence of the Lamb, by the way, is like the movie with Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins. Good movie, but also really disturbing. But when you have insomnia like I do, and you got Amazon Prime, you're like, "Whoa, what the fuck do I watch?" So I decided to watch Hannibal, which is disturbing if you think about it because it's about a psychiatrist that's a serial killer that manipulates people. So I'm watching that the whole day because I just feel so blah. And Mm. yeah, so day 15, it isn't the easiest thing in the world. Oh, yeah, Angel. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do this whole withdrawal thing, and I'm still gonna continue doing it. I would like to say that I will stay smoke free for at least 30 days because I think I need to do a brain reset and maybe even longer. I'd like this to be a little bit more of a long-term thing because I just know that long term, you know, it's a good thing to not be dependent on something in general. And years is a long time. Yeah. 8 years is a long time to be doing anything. I wish I had that same kind of dedication to my addictions as I do to my work. Like, imagine if we had that same drive to our addictions as we did to our dreams. Yeah, I wonder what else I could accomplish. But actually, 2023, 2025, I do think I accomplished a bit. And I actually wrote a show. I wrote it and produced a one woman show. And I wrote the script, performed it. It was a lot of fun. And I did get that done, even though I had weed. But I also think about the other things that I could have been doing, you know? Um, Bad habits. Well, thanks, low drool. Is that how I say it? No, you I think we're all trying to cope in life, you know? I think we're all trying to cope in life in general, and, we all pick our vices. Some of us pick sugar, some of us pick toxic relationships. I picked the spliff. I picked the spliff. And by the way, any of you guys who smoke spliffs out there, I am not judging. I'm just saying I know what it does to me in my life and why I decided that I wanted to sort of get this habit out and stop that. Actually, Angel, what did you pick? What did you pick? Any of you guys picking stuff? Low drool. I've been trying to quit smoking for 20 years and I can't do it. So please try to stop when you can because the longer you go, as you keep Oh gosh, yeah. So interestingly enough, guys, I started smoking in my 30s. I know, in my 30s. I know you guys are gonna be like, well, you don't even look a day over 18. I know, guys. I know I fooled you, but no, I'm 42. So, yes. So I started smoking in my 30s. And so I didn't, it's not like this long ass habit that I've had forever, but it is a new-ish habit, right? 8 years ago, I've been doing this, but 8 years is a long time to be doing anything, right? Any kind of habit. Thanks, Angel. Yeah. So 42, born in 1983. I'm like, you know, um, I don't really have a skincare thing. I think it's just genetics. You know what they say about Asians. So, yeah. And I started later, and I started actually, I think when I was, yeah, I was living in New York and was in this sort of phase where I had just broken up with a boyfriend and I think I was feeling sort of lonely. And it just never really stopped. Like it was just kind of something to distract me and kind of numb me out. And I just haven't really stopped since then. And come to think of it, maybe maybe that's the reason why I haven't really been dating since. I don't know. I'm just making these connections, guys. um, but I would believe you're yes, I am Korean. My family's from Korea. But I was born in San Diego, so I'm Korean American. And yeah, it's just, genes, kind of like how, but see, we may have decent skincare, like we have good skin, but honey, we don't really, I mean, I gotta say, I didn't really luck out on the butt department, like a lot of us Asians, we don't got like, no, I don't want to speak for all Asians. I'm saying I did not luck out on having an ass. Like, I am flat as a board when it comes to my butt. That might also be TMI, but yeah, you know, as they say, God is fair. Can't have everything, right? Or maybe you can, but I just, yeah, anyhow. Um, how do they have a butt? Yeah, well, I run, guys. Guys, I run almost nearly every day. And I, considering that I am a wake and baker, like that I was a stoner, I still ran. I ran actually two marathon. Oh no, I ran a marathon and a half marathon last year, even while smoking. So, um, it doesn't necessarily make me entirely lazy, altogether, but it just, it slows down my general good health with people, like socializing. Bleh. Yeah, and so yeah, anyhow, you guys, I'm sorry if it sounds like I am blabbering about, but that's all the update I got for you guys for day 15. It's not easy, you know, it's not easy doing this, and I am trying to stay awake. All I want to do is just sleep. That part of withdrawal is so real. And oh, there is one good thing I'll tell you guys about not smoking for 15 days. My appetite is starting to come back. So 2 days ago, I ordered some food and it actually tasted good. Now, I'm not talking about like, oh my God, it tasted great, but it tasted better. And then thanks, Lowell. The other thing, the one other interesting thing, after 2 weeks of not smoking, I made myself oatmeal. And guys, that oatmeal, it had flavor. Not because I am some great cook. No, it's because it had flavor. Like shit was starting to come back. Like taste the I could taste the cinnamon so much better. Yeah, I usually put cinnamon on, I usually put a little bit of honey, and I usually put some bananas in there and I could taste everything. And before I used to have oatmeal, I'd be like just eating it because I need to, right? I need to have calories after I run. And this time it was it was actually delicious. And I think that's something to look forward to again is having my taste buds come back and having a little bit more of a sense of wanting to eat something. Thanks, Snazzy. Thanks, guys. Um, so we're coming up on the half hour, and I know I could keep on going, but I am gonna take Taco to continue our walk around and the moving. They say, I was looking up on ChatGPT, it says to help with the drowsiness is to keep moving and keep walking. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I promise I'll be back here mañana around the same time. Can hold me to it. I'll be back around the same time. I don't know where you guys are in the world, but 1 p.m. It's like 1:14 in the afternoon over in Portugal, so I'll kind of be back around at this time tomorrow. And thanks, guys, for being along this journey. And Happy New Year.